FC Barcelona take on Young Boys in their second game of the group stage of the revamped Champions League and look to get off the mark after suffering a loss to AS Monaco in the first game. That game was marred by Eric Garcia's unfortunate red card after a mistake from captain Marc-Andre ter Stegen. This is the best game for Flick to reintroduce Ansu Fati into the starting lineup. He has been fit for some time now but has not received much game time. Once touted for superstardom, Fati's career has stalled in recent seasons due to incessant injury issues. He joined Hansi Flick's pre-season training early in the hope of resurrecting his Barcelona career but suffered yet another unfortunate injury. Now that he is fit and raring to go, Hansi Flick has been waiting for the right moment to unleash him, and this is the perfect game. According to a report by Mario Cortegano of The Athletic, Arsenal and Real Madrid are keen on signing Vitor Rise. The two European heavyweights have submitted initial inquiries to land the Palmeiras defensive sensation. Meanwhile, the 18-year-old centre-back is also a target for Chelsea and Barcelona. Vitor Rise has emerged as the latest wonderkid at Palmeiras to rise in prominence in his homeland. A native of San Jose dos Campos, the teenage prospect graduated from the youth division at Palmeiras before breaking into the first-team squad and has already turned out 15 times thus far for the Brazilian club. Meanwhile, the youngster's progress has piqued the interest of high-profile clubs like Arsenal, Real Madrid, Barcelona and Chelsea. Barcelona have reportedly taken a significant step closer to finalising the transfer of former Juventus and Arsenal goalkeeper Wojciech Szczesny, as he's now completed his medical with the Catalan Giants. Szczesny should be a smart signing for Barcelona, arriving on a free and probably not as a long-term option, so it seems a no-brainer for them to bring the 34-year-old in for the next few months. Haaland's current contract with City runs until 2027, but the club are said to be looking to tie him down to a longer-term deal. If there is substance to these reports of the Leeds-born star's doubts, then City will need to ensure replacement plans are in place for the striker who has netted 100 goals in 106 appearances. That kind of record means finding a like-for-like replacement would be a daunting task, but a report in Italy claims that City are keeping an eye on Juventus striker Dusan Vlahovic's current contract situation with the club. There were small skirmishes between the players on the pitch as well, one of which saw Vinicius Jr. and Koke go hard at each other. The incident occurred after the Brazilian went to the ground under a challenge from an opponent, but the referee did not give a free kick. Koke then appeared to taunt the Real Madrid forward, sparking a heated exchange between the two players. Both faced each other and then the Real Madrid player said to the Atletico Madrid veteran, "I have 2 Champions Leagues, you have nothing." As has become the shocking norm in recent times, Vinicius was once again targeted by vile insults by sections of Atletico Madrid fans during the derby. Paris Germain have axed one of their star players, Ousmane Dembele, from tonight's mouth-watering Champions League clash at Arsenal for apparent disciplinary reasons. Dembele was surprisingly left out of PSG's squad, with manager Luis Enrique partially explaining why. If someone doesn't comply or respect the expectations of the team, it means they are not prepared to play. Enrique said somewhat cryptically, "I want all my players to be ready, so as a consequence I have left him out. I want the best for my team, and that is my job. These circumstances are difficult and you have to take difficult decisions, but I am 100% engaged with my decision and 100% sure of the decision I have made." L'Equipe reported Dembele's omission was because of a heated row the pair were involved in following the recent 3-1 win over Rennes derby. Andres Iniesta has revealed he will announce his retirement from professional football next week. The legendary former Spain and Barcelona star will officially hang up his boots on Tuesday, October 8, in reference to the number he wore on the back of his shirt throughout his trophy-laden career. He said, "I'll never forget playing against Celtic either. The atmosphere is one of the best in the world. I was fortunate to play there several times and it was always so intense. It was an honour to play amid such incredible noise." La Liga giants Atletico Madrid have on Tuesday unveiled the club's travelling squad for their return to action on Wednesday night. Diego Simeone's troops are primed to kick the club's European campaign back into gear in a little over 24 hours' time, and one head-turning absence was quickly noted in the form of the summer signing Robin Lenormand. Barcelona head coach Hansi Flick on Monday opted to call a whole host of the club's most talented young players up to senior training. This comes amid ongoing preparations for Barcelona's return to action on Tuesday night. As per a report from Mundo Deportivo, seeing out the length of senior training on Monday were all of Gerard Martin, Hector Fort, Andres Kuhn, Gil Fernandez, Tony Fernandez and the goalkeepers Anar Astrolaga and Aaron Jakubishvili. Also playing his part was defender Sergi Dominguez, who has recovered from a knock suffered during Barcelona's defeat at the hands of Osasuna on Saturday. Paris Saint-Germain may only have recently signed Lucas Varallo, but he's a player who remains on the radar of Chelsea. According to Blues journalist Simon Phillips via his Substack, Ronaldo ended up joining PSG for a fee of €20 million, but it seems Chelsea continue to monitor him as one of a number of defensive options they like, along with Nottingham Forest defender and fellow Brazilian Murilo. Chelsea might do well to pounce on Ronaldo if he ends up becoming available at any point in the near future, as they could arguably still do with improving their defensive options. After a layoff that lasted much longer than initially expected, Frenkie Jong is finally back in the FC Barcelona squad for tonight's UEFA Champions League encounter against Young Boys. The 27-year-old has been out of action for more than 5 months after suffering an ankle injury in April this year. However, having returned to training a couple of weeks back, the Netherlands international finally received the medical discharge earlier today and is ready to make his comeback. Atletico Madrid have imposed a permanent stadium ban on a fan who police identified as throwing an object onto the pitch during Sunday's La Liga match against local rivals Real Madrid that was halted for 15 minutes. Fans threw missiles including lighters and plastic bottles towards Real goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois after the visitors took the lead in the second half. Atletico salvaged a 1-1 draw after Angel Correa scored in added time. Atletico said that the club has made a decision to permanently expel the person identified yesterday by the police in collaboration with our security department involved in the throwing of objects during the derby. Our security department continues to work with the police to identify the rest of those involved who will be permanently expelled, Atletico said in a statement. Samuel Eto'o has been banned from attending Cameroon national team matches for the next 6 months for breaching FIFA's disciplinary code. Football's governing body said Eto'o had been banned for 2 charges relating to the Under-20 Women's World Cup round of 16 match between Cameroon and Brazil in September. No details on the nature of the incidents were provided, but a statement from FIFA's disciplinary committee said Eto'o had been found guilty of offensive behaviour and violations of the principles of fair play and the misconduct of officials. The punishment comes less than 3 months after the 43-year-old was fined by Confederation Africaine Football (CAF) following an investigation into alleged violations of its principles of ethics and integrity. Nunez's return comes at an opportune time, as Slot was unable to call on either Diogo Jota or Federer coach Jesse for Tuesday's training session, and the Athletic claims that the former is nursing a foot injury. The Portugal international reportedly sustained the issue at Molina on Saturday evening, and while his absence was mostly precautionary, he will continue to be assessed before Wednesday's game. It is unclear why Chiesa was missing from the training session, but the former Juventus man has only been involved in fits and starts since his summer arrival and was an unused substitute at the weekend. Mario Balotelli is reportedly mulling over an offer to sign for a third division Spanish team after parting ways with Turkish club Adana Demirspor. It appears that after stints at Lumizane, Inter Milan, Manchester City, AC Milan, Liverpool, Nice, Marseille, Brescia, Monza, Zan and Adana, he could be heading to CF Intercity, a club based in Alicante, Spain.